What's going on, guys? Nick here, and in this video I wanted to discuss the concept of loving pain. Okay, if you want to thrive in this world, you need to learn how to love pain. You need to learn how to love discomfort, how to forego, all right, your own comfort, your own, just desires and pleasures, and allow yourself to fully indulge in pain, to love pain, to develop a tolerance for pain, and learn to even seek it out, okay? Because pain is indeed what makes you grow. Whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And this is simply the truth, okay? We as a society as a whole look to minimize pain and maximize pleasure as much as we can. All right, we live for that quick dopamine hit in everything, like literally in everything. You look around, there are so many signs of us just seeking dopamine and minimizing pain. All right, people love to consume yummy, tasty foods and cakes and cupcakes, and just everything that they consume has to be packed with sugar or packed with carbs or just even chemicals that make things taste better to them, like MSG, which is fucking horrible for your brain, for the rest of your body. Systemically, just wreaks havoc on all of your cells. Yet we still seek it out. All right, we still seek to make everything pleasurable and hedonistic. All right, look at everyone's obsession with like Netflix and streaming services. People are addicted to social media and just, scrolling to the next story, the next story, the next story, looking at all these posts, seeing, what your friends are doing, or even people you don't know, and the extravagant lives they're living vicariously through them. Everyone's obsessed with this escapism, okay? Everyone can't handle the pain of everyday life. But in order to be extremely successful, you have to fully acknowledge the pain and thrive on it, live in it, like Batman. You live in the darkness, you thrive in it. It's what makes you stronger. And it's true. If you can master your own psychology and get over your avoidance of pain, get over your desire to just seek pleasure and comfort and just like feel good, if you could just simply become indifferent to pain and to uncomfortable circumstances and to just, anything uncomfortable, to become unfazed and essentially unfuckwithable. If you can achieve that state, you can literally accomplish anything. And based on what I've gone through in life, I've gone through a lot of circumstances that are really unique to me and that many people have not experienced, either forcing myself into them or just being thrust into them because of life and chance and circumstance. I've experienced a lot to the point where very little can fuck with me. There's very little that I haven't seen. So I maintain this stoic state of mind almost always, where it's like I don't really get approach anxiety anymore, or like people can't insult me or hurt me anymore, or it's just like fucking traffic can't fuck with me, or like people walking too slow, or just like all these little insignificant things that seem to bother people on a daily basis. It doesn't fuck with me in the slightest. I just accept it, like, yeah, it's life. Yep, no, life is suffering. Yeah. To think any different is fucking ludicrous. Like earlier today, there's this streetcar that I was waiting for, and there was this random, high estrogen looking male just waiting for the streetcar, and he was pressing the button trying to get in as it was slowly closing the doors. And instead of waiting like the streetcar driver should and let him in and reopen the doors, he just drove off. So this guy ran up to the streetcar in the middle of the road and just like knocked on the window and is like, "Hey, fuck you." And it's like, people don't owe you shit, man. Yeah, no, that was shitty of him. But people are assholes. People are selfish. People are self-interested. People are narcissistic. People lack empathy. That's life. So why does this surprise you? That's like, "Hey, you should be doing your job, man. You should have let me in." Yeah, you should have. But he didn't. So you're letting this consume you. You're letting this affect you mentally. You're taking time and energy and risking your safety potentially, running in the middle of the road just to let this guy know, "Hey, fuck you." Like, there's a reason he's working this job as it is because he is basically in this position in life because of the mindset he's maintained and the outlook and the amount of empathy that he's had for other people and the amount of willpower and drive and everything has led him to this point in life being this streetcar driver. And he simply hates his life and doesn't give any fucks. So why does it surprise you that he doesn't care enough to let you on the streetcar? You know, it is what it is. This is people in general. People in general, their baseline is shitty. And unless they actively want to stop being shitty and actually have values and have willpower and have integrity and accountability, they're going to remain shitty. We are born shitty. We are born selfish. You look at the average, 2-year-old or baby out the womb, they're only self-interested. They don't have any concept of things other than themselves. They assume that everything is simply an extension of them. Solipsism is where you believe that you are the center of the universe, essentially, and everything revolves around you, that you're the main character in all of society and all of the world. So unless people actively try to grow out of that, people are just going to continue to maintain that mindset. You have to put in work to leave that mindset and actually become like a man, become an alpha male, become somebody worth something in this life. Okay, that doesn't happen naturally. That's why you see all these people who are aged and who have no wisdom and are still like selfish babies out of the womb, who act like the world owes them something when the world owes you squat. The world doesn't give a shit about you, okay? You have all these people just believing that things should be handed to them and that the rich should be excessively taxed and they should give me money and pay for my school. Oh, you've grinded for all these years and built a multi-million-dollar company? Well, you should pay for my school even though I've done nothing to earn that. Because fuck you for being rich and all this money that you started from nothing and you cultivated on your own due to grinding and willpower and drive and working on yourself. Fuck you. Give me free stuff because I'm disadvantaged. And then people stay in this victim mentality thinking that, oh, you just got lucky that this happened for you and you became a millionaire and I can't do that. So you should basically give me perks because of that. When it's like everyone is on the same equal playing ground. Everyone has the same capability of, working hard, constructing a good idea, finding gaps in the market, looking for demand and supplying people with a service and then growing that service and working on marketing and hiring people and just cultivating a business themselves, competing in the marketplace. Everyone is capable of that. Yet we believe that, only a select few can do that. And the 1% are evil bastards who just had it easy. But yeah, essentially people are addicted to pleasure and to living an easy life. All right, very few people have the willpower to go out and work out every single day, to read daily, to meditate daily, to cultivate morning routines and habits that further their growth as a person and further their spiritual growth. All right, the average consciousness level of society as a whole is surprisingly low. Okay, basically there are different levels that people operate at. Levels of consciousness, if you will. You can give them a number, which makes things easier. So you've got low consciousness way down here, high consciousness, enlightenment way up here, and everything in between. See, the more that you focus on your spiritual growth as a person and cultivating accountability, willpower, perseverance, and like all these positive qualities, the higher you raise in your consciousness level. So the more you can keep up with your daily routines and habits, to abstain from vices like drinking, smoking, eating shit food, like all of these things contribute to your individual consciousness level. And the average person operates at a pretty low level. They're on autopilot, they're just basically going through the motions of life, not thriving, but simply surviving. Okay, and they're very damaged mentally. They're psychologically pretty fucked. All right, and the average person operates at that, just scraping by, trying to just meet the bare minimum requirements of a living and grinding through day-to-day life, not really giving a shit about the next person, just kind of focusing on themselves and how to make themselves feel good. That's why so many people cheat on their spouses. So many people do drugs and drink too much and smoke and vape and, take nicotine regularly, drink their daily coffee even, and fucking indulge in sweets and essentially give themselves cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, like all these problems eventually manifest in the future. Hi.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm just making this video.
You can cut it out.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter if this is in here. But yeah, essentially, they forego long-term longevity and sustainability for short-term pleasures and hedonistic desires, okay? They just like, what can I do to feel good now, to escape pain now? How can I feel good now? I don't care about tomorrow. I could be dead tomorrow. I don't care about a week from now. I could be dead a week from now. It doesn't matter. Just give me now. Let me feel good now. And then people are like selfish toddlers, just trying to feel good now and not really give a shit about where they are in a year, 5 years. Most people are broke and they live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, and they don't really care about how am I going to pay rent next week, or how am I going to buy food for myself. And you know, I'll admit I've fallen into this before. I've just had this complete apathy towards life before and not cared about anything but the next dopamine hit before. And that's why you see a lot of guys, let's say even in pickup, where they just become obsessed with pickup and they don't care about anything else in life. They just care about what's the next hole that I can jizz inside, you know, and they just seek that out every day, again and again and again. And they work menial jobs, you know, and they just fucking exist. And they eat like shit and they drink regularly because drinking allows me to come in the next hole easier. And that, like, I don't care about my health. I don't care about living another year. I just need to come in the next hole and the next hole and the next hole and the next hole. And it's like you see these guys where they become hedonistic fucking like gluttons. And that's all they care about. See, the thing that I do like about religion is a lot of the things that it preaches kind of mention avoiding overindulgence and excessive hedonistic pleasure and having like moral virtue and just holding yourself accountable and exercising restraint. Because, you know, even if you're not religious, these things are still very powerful in your life and can help you to lead a more fulfilling life long term. See, the secret is if you avoid these hedonistic pleasures and the next dopamine hit, you'll stop craving it so much. It doesn't become important to you anymore because you're focused on the bigger picture of life. You know, the bigger picture of life is like, how can I feel good every day? And how can I accomplish big things that buy me freedom in the future? By working hard now and having my shit together now so that in 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, I can live a much easier life with a lot more options, with a lot more money, with a lot more health that I can spend with my loved ones. You know, if I feel healthy and energetic every day and I look younger, feel better about myself, which will allow me to make more money, which will allow me to spend more time with people, which because it buys me time because I have more money. And I can create systems that make me even more money by working less hard and having more return on investment by working really fucking hard right now and engaging in these seemingly stupid daily habits, you know, that the average person doesn't really give a shit about, like, oh, meditating every day and working out every day and eating healthy every day and avoiding pleasurable foods every day and taking ice baths. It's like you don't see what that could result in because it's right now, because it's unpleasant right now. Assume you meditate every day. It allows you to maintain a state of presence and high consciousness. Now you can stay present in every situation in life. Let's say if you meditate every day for a year straight, 365 days for 20 minutes a day, it allows you to reprogram your brain to make sure that you can access this present state of mind where it's like, I'm calm, my heart beats the same, I'm maintaining this, you know, same state, and I'm able to, no matter what situation is happening to me around me, still stay calm and relaxed and present to the moment. And my mind is clear. I don't have any excessive thoughts. You know, I'm not breathing heavily. I'm not anxious. I can find the solution easily. Or let's say you take ice baths every day and that lowers inflammation in your body, which then gets rid of your acne and helps your brain fog and helps your tiredness and anxiety and depression, and you can function better and you're more efficient at work. So you can get more things done every day so that you have more hours to hustle every day, so that in 2-3 years from now you're working fucking 10 times as much as the person who's operating at less than optimal levels of output, simply because you just took a fucking 10-minute ice bath every day. So by sacrificing this little bit, you're getting 10 times the amount of production you otherwise would have, you know. And it's nothing. We spend 10 minutes a day taking a shit and looking at social media. Like, it's nothing. So imagine you just redirect little bits of your time that you burn throughout the day towards cultivating, like, beneficial habits. So, like, I try to read everywhere I fucking go, because instead of just sitting on the subway staring blankly at random people or the fucking, bars or whatever, like, I'm just reading time that would have otherwise gone to waste, and I would just burn and not really utilize at all to further my spiritual development. Now I can read, like, significantly more. Think about how many hours throughout the day that you burn that are just useless and go nowhere, that you can utilize towards, like, improving yourself, leveling up. If you think about yourself as an RPG character in a video game and all of your stats are there, you've got, like, intelligence, you've got strength, you've got energy, whatever, stamina, health. Imagine just optimizing all of these little stats as much as you can. And life is a video game where it's like every moment you have an opportunity to optimize these stats. What would you do differently? How would you spend the time you have? So many people are so liberal with their time wasting that they'll just burn hours of their day every day on nothing. They suck at prioritizing. They suck at it. If you want to get better with girls, go out an hour a day, half an hour a day, 20 minutes a day, and just talk to strangers and get over your social anxiety. After a week of 20 minutes a day, that's 140 minutes. That is, 20, 40, 7 times 20, 140 minutes a day. That's 2 hours, or a week. So 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month, 80 hours a year. 90, closer to 90 hours a year. That's a lot of fucking time that, you otherwise would waste on taking a shit and scrolling social media. Imagine you just relocated that time towards talking to girls. In even a year's time, you'll have so many more hours under your belt of just talking to strangers that, because it's routine and because your brain gets used to doing it daily and consistently, it's restructuring different pathways and parts and regions of your brain to strengthen those areas that otherwise would have been unstimulated. So, like, your amygdala is strengthened, your willpower, your patience, your fucking social skills, your mood is improved, your self-confidence, everything is improved just by 20 minutes a day of going out and talking to strangers. So that's an example of doing the bare minimum and reaping rewards. But anyways, that's it, guys. I'm going to cap it here. Podcast episode 2. Let me know if you have any ideas of topics you want to hear about. Comment, subscribe, follow me on social media, hit me up. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Peace.